Attack mode.
Attack mode.
Bro, we are on attack mode.
Right, we speak always about attack mode, but what is our definition? Right now, incoming question on school.
So this is like mainly the hot spot of Marbella.
You have people that bought like 60 times with you guys.
Yeah. Bro, that was crazy. I think it's by like 28 pairs in total. But just to show you guys some trustworthy over here. What you guys are doing is fucking incredible, and I think there is like not many people that can do the same what you guys are doing.
So guys, it's been 3 weeks since we came from Cannes and Barcelona. And right now, as you can see,
We're in Marbella. We spent a couple of weeks over here. I'm in total for a month. You stay a bit longer.
with a very successful past week. We had, of course, Independence Day, we had Prime Day, and we managed to do over 400k in sales.
Last Saturday we did close to 400k, but we closed the week on 2.3 million, which is pretty decent. So based on a 31-day window, which is July, we will maybe end up on 9.5 million. So that is pretty decent, I will say. But we just need to make sure that we maintain the volume over the next 2-3 weeks in July. So take you guys along today, a weekend in the life.
We're gonna go to some nice places.
Hey,
maybe
here's
hit
the gym, by the way. We just spoke about it.
This is a crazy gym. No, but for the rest, just show you guys how we live here in Marbella. I'm gonna show my house as well, where I live, maybe meet some of my friends.
There's a lot of awareness in the US around Prime Day sales. So we just have the promotion ongoing on the store as well.
It's from Amazon, for people who don't know. Like Prime
Yeah.
is the subscription you can take on Amazon, and you can get free shipping and stuff. But Amazon is, of course, huge in the US. So make sure you have your presence over there. But that's why it was also a hype in the US that they had a sale going on.
And it's for 3 days. So we did on Amazon, I think 140k in total.
Yeah, with great profit margins.
And we acquired a lot of new customers on Amazon as well, which is a challenge for us nowadays on Shopify, of course, because we have a higher frequency. We are targeting the same customers over and over again. But just to show you guys some trustworthy over here, we have done this month, we started July, in the first 12 days. We are 3.6 million right now in blended sales on the global store and on Amazon, with about 1.6 million in ads. So we increased ad spend with about 8% compared to the previous period, and the same for the sales. I see that maintained performance, we do the 2.3 ROAS. Obviously that is on a overall ROAS and not on a 7-day window. The 7-day window is definitely lower because that one is more focused on new customers. But yeah, and overall we are doing pretty good. We are practicing what we are preaching, and yeah guys, you should learn from that.
One of my favorite restaurants actually in Marbella is the Marbella Club Hotel Grill. I was there with some friends lately, and like the ambience over there is super good, people, good food. But guys, like, look around.
It was way more than a $2 holler. Stole your heart like Alibaba. Seen the way you're talking on my phone last night, oh God. Do it on my jet, let's keep this private. She wants me to.
That's also what you see under entrepreneurs, right? They will go to Saint-Tropez and Ibiza, but it's all just for quick holiday, quick in and out. But Marbella, you can just spend for a couple weeks, couple months, because you can build actually a routine where you can lock in and being dedicated to your business, meanwhile enjoying the beautiful south of Europe.
The only thing is that it's not super safe here, especially in the night. Like I rented a villa with some of my friends, and already 2 times, like in 2 weeks, they broke into our house. One time was a little bit our fault because we didn't put the alarm on, but the second time they even forced the door and the alarm went off and we were just out for dinner. So make sure to don't bring any super valuable stuff over here, and just watch out, because for me it was just material stuff that got stolen. But also I heard stories that people get taken hostage and shit, and they force you to open the safe and stuff. So I thought myself I would never get robbed or anything like that, because I'm always trying to be safe. But
It has been a little bit changed with YouTube and stuff as well, right?
Yeah.
Well, we basically expose the things we have, the watches we have in our collection and stuff, so that definitely comes together with risk. Well, what happened 2 days before the guys got robbed in Marbella? Ole got actually robbed from his Patek on the middle of the street in Barcelona in front of the W Hotel.
Yeah, so 3 times robbed in like 2.5, 3 weeks. To be honest, nothing happened to me. It was with a finger snap, like I didn't even notice it.
Well, and I did the financials and we clocked in a little million, so the Patek was already deducted from it, so all good.
Yeah.
Like I honestly didn't think only one time about it after the weekend in Barcelona.
Now, the only thing I thought about it when lately we were going out for dinner and everybody was wearing a nice watch and I didn't have a watch with me. But I was talking with Philip, a friend of mine. He said he also has a nice watch and he said that I just don't take them to Europe because when I wear a watch, I feel like I have to watch out. It's the same with the car. You feel like you're being sort of followed and people notice you. So sometimes it's even better to just drive a Toyota and wear nothing and then just be chill. But yeah.
To see the Lambo is definitely different. The G-Wagon, I mean, you see them everywhere out here in Marbella.
Oh, the Lambo is crazy still.
Yeah, I see a lot of Ferraris here. I'm a little bit flabbergasted about it.
But to be honest, you don't see a lot of young people driving it.
That's what we say often, right? It's quite easy to get a car in Dubai, but in Europe it's a little bit different because most of the younger people who I know, they make money in Europe and they leave as soon as they can because they run an online empire and they can move out of Europe. Meanwhile, their business is just running on full speed and they have a 0% tax setup. But in Europe it's a little bit different. It's harder to get a car.
Hey, I think this is the house from this Saudi Arabian guy, right? Look how fucking huge it is. Like hotspot. I heard a story that 25% of the spend in Marbella was from the Saudis. And then at one moment they left and then Marbella immediately noticed it that they were gone, right? Because they were spending so much.
In the economy.
Because he was importing a lot of Mercedes V-classes. He was of course spending a lot on houses and hotels. But also, one time they came to, I think it was Noble Hotel, and they checked in and all their luggage was still in the cars. And they said that they got all stolen by bandits and that they immediately flew back to Saudi because they were so fucking angry about it. Yeah. But the thing is also, if you go on vacation, you always take like your best and most favorite clothing. So that gets stolen then.
Yeah. In Marbella, they even take your perfume.
Yeah, bro.
Nothing is secure here.
Bro, they perfume. Even the cheap perfume they take, bro. Zara, gone.
But in general, Marbella just have very high living standards. You have this beautiful private area here, La Zagaleta. It has like 250 houses and they're all valued from up to 10 million. Like there are houses for 40, 50 million. And it's...
For minimum 10 million.
Yeah, it's highly private. So for example, celebrities or famous football players are not allowed to live there because of publicity. So you only can be there if you just have a low profile and you have a lot of money, and then you can buy, for example, a plot, because right now you couldn't buy any houses because there's not much for sale. But if you are just googling on it, like there are stories that Putin also have a house there.
So you guys know our YouTube profile picture? It's actually taken over there. You see? This one thing over there.
Right now, incoming question on school. Hey Jay, I caught the part that in Monaco vlog, did I hear that you handled ads and brand strategy creatively all the way up to 80 million? Well, this is a fun story where we are falling back to a lot of times. We didn't have any creative strategist back in the time. So yeah, we did up to 80 million and just run the entire creative strategy in-house. And we didn't manage it through creative systems or automations. We just had a Miro dashboard and we looked what's currently trending in the market and what worked in our ads manager. And we briefed our graphic designers and video editors recreate this. We didn't have like any creative briefing or whatever you want to name it, but it worked for us. It was effective. But as we came across the 100 million mark, we understood that 2025 will be all about creative output, right? So we needed to build a creative engine. That's what we did. So nowadays we have 5 creative strategists. We're creating 20 to 30 concepts each week, each strategist. So we have quite a high output. I would say about 400 concepts a month. So things changed over time. And that is the question people are always asking me, right? Should I also run the entire creative strategy myself? No, I wouldn't recommend that. I believe that we could accelerate it even faster if we had our creative strategies in place from the beginning. So if you are just 10K and beyond, I do recommend to hire your first creative strategist who are really diving into the creative mind and creative engine and really start to create unique concepts where your brand can eventually run some successful campaigns on.
When you're gonna hire a creative strategist, the first one's not gonna be like a huge bang that comes up with crazy new ideations and new marketing strategies and penetrations into your market. So as a founder, you need to come up with those ideas first and let like your first hire as creative strategist just execute more on what's working already. And eventually you should hire like super smart people who come up with own ideas and own funnels and own ways to target new audiences. So this is like mainly the hot spot of Marbella. It's called Puente Romano. You have here La Plaza in the middle. This is becoming in the weekend always like a party, which is really nice. You have Lena, Nobu, Gaia, Cipriani, so 4 quality restaurants. That's like a really good vibe here. Like, just feels like you're in nature and all good people. So we just did a call with a guy who joined our community and he got like a founder's call, so we gave him some tips. You need to focus on retention because retention is super important when building a brand. You want your customers to come back and buy over and over again and come up with products and ideas how to sell to them again.
Because you can afford a higher first time purchase of a CPA basically. So the first time purchases you can afford a higher amount. And that's very important in order to scale. Because these guys could scale very aggressive, I believe, but they just need to increase their retention.
You can look at multiple brands, like okay, take this one, okay, now you have a laptop case, maybe you want to buy a duffel bag, maybe you want to buy a wallet. Look at Nike, you have your sneakers, you have your sneakers, you have your running shoes, you have your gym shoes. Look at the camera, you have DJI camera, you have a DJI drone. In every business, even Apple, AirPods, headphones, phone. Apple is the master because every year you buy over and over again, it's the same fucking product, but still everybody buys it.
And they are iterating every other year, right?
Imagine they brainwashed everybody, included us, to buy always again. The 2 Bs are also in the house again. The G-Wagon and the Lambo. I think driving here is the best compared to like Cannes, Barcelona, the places where we went. When they broke into my house, they also stole the car key. And immediately the day after, I went to this guy and I put on a tracker and also a code that you have to press in order to start the car. Because I was so fucking afraid they steal this baby from me. So now it's super safe. Vamos.
So you can enjoy party and still perform as long as you show up prepared and don't miss the work days leading up. So guys, like this week we had a party on Thursday, and Thursday is supposed to be a working day, right? Because you like during a weekday you should be always locked in, and that's what we are usually 52 weeks a year. But this time we had a party on Thursday, and to be honest, usually Playa Padre and Marbella summer is always on Sundays, but then you are a nobody on Monday. But now it was on Thursday, and I managed to not drink too much, so I just showed up on Friday. So the point I want to make here is that we knew this party was coming up for I think over 2 or 3 months. When did you secure this table? Like 3 months ago.
April already.
Yeah.
April.
So this was all calculated already weeks in advance, that I know, okay, the upcoming weeks I need to prepare myself a couple days in advance, that I have worked enough and I have delegated enough on the Friday and Saturday when I maybe feel not fit enough to put into the work. But to be very honest, I just was going to the gym, I just showed up the day after, and eventually it was much better because after Thursday you had like, I will not say the most productive Friday, but after the weekend came, right? So it's much better than partying on a Sunday. And it was fun, and we did very successful last week, what we spoke about. So we had already on 4th of July Independence Day week, and the week prior Independence Day week we already started the sale, and then 8, 9 and 10 July, or 9, 10 and 11 we had Prime Day sale in the US. And this is actually where we prepared ourselves already before, like I will say in April as well, because we know this is gonna hit big for our brand. Because in 2024, this were one of the most successful weeks. You have twice a year Prime Day sale, right? I believe in July and in October.
In October, yeah. October, November, I think. Yeah.
Great, some oysters, some omega.
Yeah, but how did we prepare for these holidays? Because that's really important to know. Of course, you need to know when these will happen. That's the first thing, because a lot of people don't even anticipate on Prime Day sale.
No.
That's crazy, because it was a huge advantage for us.
But I feel that you also need to have presence on Amazon, otherwise it does not make sense at all. So we did both records, not only on the Shopify store, but we hit a record on Amazon. We did like 55K on the 9th of July, and our Shopify just was outperforming anything else. So how did we prepare? So we have in Notion a campaign calendar with upcoming holiday events, collection launches, or Prime Day sales, for example. So any holiday or special national days in the US. Then we come up like, okay, how we are going to streamline this cross department, right? Because everything needs to be aligned. The offer, the pricing strategy, what will be our gross profit margin? Are we gonna leverage on paid marketing? How will email marketing respond here? Does customer support need to be informed well about this? Also, because we are gonna do different kind of offer structure, so it will be a buy one get one, so the entire company need to be updated about it as well. And then we have like basically our fractional COO, who is very involved into marketing, will streamline this cross departments. So she's hosting personal calls with all of the departments, and they basically discuss, okay, what are the actionable items, what needs to be done in this specific timeline, and when we need to get everything launched basically. So that goes from paid marketing to email marketing, as we said, but also, for example, marketplaces needs to be informed, right?
What we also try to focus on, especially on Amazon, is really try to focus on new customers. Instead of just brand search, which you can also do on Amazon, we try to get as much new customers as possible. And currently we are on 75%, so it's also a big W.
So right now we are on, I believe, 11,000 new customers monthly. The plan is to double that before the end of the year, so that means like about 20 to 25,000 new customers a month through Amazon. And the beautiful thing from Amazon is that if you have acquired them once and they are satisfied about the service and product, they will most likely come back on the Shopify store, right? So we move them away from Amazon. Why? Because we have multiple barcodes or QR codes on our products. So we have it in our guide card, in our thank you card, and we have also like a brand label applied to the shoe, attached to the shoe, and they can scan those codes and they will automatically get to the store. Do you believe that in summer you should celebrate the victories you have achieved through parties? Or could that be enjoyed through other ways as well?
Like, we barely celebrate wins because we always look at the bigger picture, right? So I think you should not go party in the summer. I think it's not mandatory because I used to. In the party it's more normal to go to a party because it's nice weather. But I wouldn't say use it as a celebration. I would say a thing that you can hold, like a watch or a car, that should be like a milestone, and that you feel like you achieved something. But with a party, it could also be just a normal day that you went to there. So in my opinion, no. But it's also good to taste some of the quality of life instead of only being in the trenches and working. And if quality for life is for you going for the party, enjoy with friends, it could be going to a restaurant, going to a beach club, going to a holiday with your mom, going to a spa, it can whatever you want. It also depends how relentless you are, you know?
Definitely.
And I think that separates us a lot from other people.
So bro, at 9 figures, at where we are right now, why is direct response still so effective for our business?
Still at our level, like getting new customers constantly within your business is the most important part, because you know your retention is working and you know the customers are coming back. So the only thing you actually want to focus on, especially in the first 5 years, is getting new customers consistently in. Of course, working on brand marketing in the meantime will also help, but by shifting your focus completely away from direct response and then go into brand marketing, will definitely result in a big decline of new customers, and that's actually what runs the business. You agree?
Definitely agree. I think once you have figured out and mastered the term direct response and you really know how to come up with unique direct response strategies and let people basically purchase from the first interaction, you're gonna win as a D2C brand. So I feel that you like also the D2C market is gonna change over time, right? So if you are keep innovating and being on top of the direct response market, you're always gonna win regardless. And obviously there needs to be like a healthy balance between brand and direct response, but it depends also what kind of brand you are. Like we are very into problem solving, right? And we have a pain relief niche, so therefore direct response is very effective for us and we will never step away from it.
You can combine it, right? Direct response and brand marketing in one. For example, you can have like a great ambassador promoting your product while being very direct into the pain points and the action points the customer needs to take after the specific video or ad or funnel, whatever. So direct response is really important. That definitely is the success of our business as well. So
thank you, man.
Enjoy that.
Thank you so much.
First, I ask the coconut, they say, do you want it with alcohol? Then I take a fucking sip of this thing, now it's with sugar.
Bro, I drink a fucking coconut because it's from the nature, right? Like a product of the nature. Now they put sugar in it. I think I put this one in. God,
this is pure shit.
Okay, so recently we backtested the chatbot in the store, right? So when it comes to analysis and stuff, where we could potentially implement AI more?
So we could definitely leverage our insights from the ads manager much more. So connect that with an AI and really make more creatives really towards what the data says. Because I think there's a lot of data inside Meta, Applovin, Google, YouTube. I think if we leverage it all together and then make creative marketing funnels and strategies, I think it will help a lot.
Yeah, indeed.
But definitely,
like Triple will have now the beta version as well with Whaley's AI.
Yeah.
Because they have all the data from all the API connections you do have with all of the different ads managers, and then they basically come up with suggestions. And our Meta accounts manager just reached out yesterday. They want to have a call because Meta implemented like the recommendation system, and we had like a 0 out of 100 score. Yeah. That means that we don't apply any of Meta's recommendations.
No, because it never worked out when I did. But to be honest, I think eventually you just push creative towards your Meta, and then they will just target it to those specific people who want to see it, and that you don't need to do any media buying. Just say the budget you want to spend, what the ROI needs to be, push it with some creatives, and that's it. Better email support through AI, better phone support through AI, and even WhatsApp AI. We have to integrate very, very soon. And of course the chatbot, which you already mentioned.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing from the chatbot is that it's conversion driven, so not specifically service driven. We're just backtested multiple times immediate responses by AI. So right now we got automated stock alerts, like already like 7 days in advance. That we need to order. So then we have about 7 days to make the entire new purchase order ready. And then we basically directly send it forward to the manufacturer and they will start producing. So this avoids that we basically are never out of stock again. But it's great that we manage it internally right now, because we used to try different kind of inventory softwares, and it costs around 3 to 5K based on our volume. But now we have it all internally managed, so that is like a great win for our business.
We go hit a gym session real quick, and then after I'm gonna go home work. And I think Jay also wants to play a game of tennis very soon, because look at him, he really wants to play a game of tennis.
Bro, who's winning in a game of tennis between you guys?
Ask Ole, we all know the answer.
Gym is closed, so we come up with a new solution. 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, 15 squats, 20 times.
I make shit look easy, but they don't know what it takes. Don't ask me the time I got spaghettis in the face. Rojo drops on Louis, I want everything he made. When it come to hoes, I never be the one to say.
Right, we speak always about attack mode, but what is our definition? Well, for us, attack mode basically means it secures the fact that you are outperformed by competitors, and it's basically inspired by the fear of not reaching your maximum potential personally or your brand's maximum potential. That's why you always need to be on attack mode, right?
It's just consistency, discipline in a gym session, in your work, when you're with family, pay attention to your family in every realm. Yeah, attack mode, a challenge in the community to inspire everybody, keep everybody motivated. I think it's really important to have people around you who want to achieve the same goals, have the same discipline.
And you see us moving from Portugal to Cannes, to Saint-Tropez, to Marbella, all of these places. But we changed the location, but consistency and the routine is still in place, you know. That's why we're working out on Sunday. Even though the guy had a little party the past days, I as well on Thursday, but we are still showing up.
And also what you see, like in every vlog, we almost do the same things, right? Eat healthy, train, and have good conversations. That's our life. That's how we achieve success.
Attack mode,
We
let's
can
go.
take you back. I just pulled up, I got some new shit. I just pulled up, I got a new bitch. My bitch shit, but I bought a bracelet. I stuck it on my necklace. I pull up and shake shit. I pull up and break shit. I just told my mom, thank God I made it. We got money over here, we showing up, baby.
But it's pretty cold. Given the fact it's already 30 degrees in Marbella for a couple of months.
So guys, just arrived at my house here in Marbella. Beautiful place. As you can see, the view to El Cuncha, the mountain of course. But yeah, it's amazing here in Marbella. Let's just sit down here. How we actually live here in Marbella. Like what I always do when I wake up, actually directly I go towards this garden. It's amazing. Just sun comes up, get a coffee in, drink some water, and then straight into work.
Attack mode, you
Yeah.
know it, you have heard it.
I live with two other friends, Vince and Nick, who are also living here. So it's nice to live also with some other guys. It's had plus points and down points because sometimes I also like to be alone in the house, but it's also good to be surrounded with other people because you get energized by that. So that's definitely a big plus. The more value you give to the world and to certain people, the more you will earn. So if your brand makes a lot of impact, like to certain people or to a certain country, then you can also earn a lot of money.
That's also how like big brands leverage charity and donations and stuff, right? It's not because like they really want to donate to charity somewhere in Nepal or whatever it is, but they also believe that there is eventually a high ROI on it. Like everything you are donating to charity is like a tax write-off. So that's why a lot of brands are doing this.
That's why people preach Bill Gates that he does such a good shit, but it's also definitely because he has way too much money, otherwise you need to pay it to the tax man.
I got this question lately and I'm curious about your opinion, but is there time for a girl during the come up?
Well, I actually had a girl during the come up. If things are not aligned, so he or she wants different things and you want different things, then it's not the right time. But if you align on all aspects, yeah, then it could be. So if you have the right fit, then yes. If you don't have the right fit, then no. But it depends on a lot of factors. Like I was traveling around different places, so for me it was a different situation. So like everybody has his own journey, right? Some people can be very productive with a girl, some people get very distracted with a girl. So I think it's possible, but it's completely dependent per person.
Well, I think there are various opinions about it, but I see online that a lot of people are making a certain claim or statement about it, right? But like for some people it really worked out. In my case, for example, I got a lot of energy and I actually got more time out of it. Obviously you need to make an investment in the beginning, but as Ole said, like I basically met my girl when I was a nobody, right? And basically she was on my side the entire journey. So that's also something I really appreciate right now. But yeah, it might have some downsides if you become successful and then girls come to you because you have all the millions and you have made already impact and you have the cars and the flashy lifestyle. So you need to be take really care about who's coming on your table and really pick the right one. And it might be a little bit harder if you become already successful.
So don't mind my back, bro. It's completely.
Yeah.
Jesus, it's so fucking hot here in Marbella. Yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna showcase you guys the house. Nice jacuzzi, outdoor shower, and the view of the mountain, the golf. And here you have some other chill area, which you can go get a sun. The neighbors, of course. So this is really nice. The master bedroom here. Nice walk-in closet. This is the living room with my brother Vince.
What one?
Sabji, my other last brother. This is where I'm working most of the time. As you can see, we built our own office, got some screens in, really good. My room, yeah guys, this is nothing special. This is crazy though, it's like a whole marmor bathroom, it's really nice. I do like this one, to be honest. So, but the good stuff is here down. We have like crazy sun also. Here we got like a crazy part. These walls is great. Also, by the way, guys, what happened is they got broken into this house. I will put some photos here as well with the guys who are running here. They even forced that door to break in, and they stole some shit from us. And then here, it's like the laundry room plus also there's a Nice sauna. We rented this for like 1.5 months for 80k euro.
Guys supposed to have a barbecue, but they just found out that they don't have any gas anymore. So now we're trying to look for some wood to put on the barbecue instead. Old school. If you put us on an island without electricity or whatever, we just figured it out. So here we have Nick. You guys might be familiar with him. He's the founder of Couple Brand. So I actually have a question to you. How do you manage to just organize and manage like couple brands at the same time?
I would say it's not ideal. I mean, yeah, it requires a lot of structure, a lot of calls.
Ola said to me, like, we barely have calls.
This guy is complaining all the time. On Monday, Tuesday, yeah, we have our team calls. And indeed, we don't have to focus on only one brand, but you know, we have to align within teams across multiple brands at the same time. So yeah, that's why we have those calls.
We only have calls on Monday and on Friday, and then maybe in between on Wednesday. So imagine if you double that, you have 4. Then you need to have.
But that's Mr. Call Center for sure.
Yeah, but then we have Vince. He also has fucking supply chain calls.
So let's say you have at 10 AM a call for brand number 1, and then at 11 for brand number 2. How could you have your deep focus blocks done, or you don't do any of that?
My calls divided by the brands. So today on Monday we do only have Dawn Rose. On Tuesday we do only have Here's. Sometimes a call just takes 15-20 minutes maximum, and then everyone just continues. Make clear responsibilities, set the expectations for every single...
I think also the action points for you are really valuable, because what I do notice is when you guys are in a call, you guys are barely talking. Other team members are speaking.
Yeah, I mean, like, those calls are not very intensive for us.
Yeah.
I mean, we just want to hear what the updates are. Mostly the operational managers, the team managers are talking in those meetings, and we just listen. And once there's like an important topic to touch base on, then we jump in and we want to know more about, or we share some ideas that we just, you know, have been working on over the weekend, for example.
For the people who are watching, do you recommend them to run multiple brands at the same time, or just stick to one?
Don't be offended by think the people watching are beginners, right? Definitely start by just only one brand. Focus on your goals, focus on what you want to achieve with that brand. Don't try to swift your focus too much across multiple things at the same time, because that takes away the control, the power, all the input that you can give in one brand. If you can work 12 hours a day on one brand, obviously the impact is much better than if you diversify that over a couple of brands.
We can just replicate working stuff. We have, like, over the years built very good blueprints, and we see also, for example, working something for brand A, we can just replicate it, and also just some strategies and internal, like, really successful stuff we can immediately implement this. At one point, of course, every brand has its own, I would say, touch points, but we see a lot of overlap in the brands, which also allows us to just implement it and apply the blueprint on multiple brands. That's also the reason why we are able to scale new brands so quickly. If you are still starting out, focus on one thing, but we are in such a position also, we have really good team members. We don't need to be 12 hours focused on one brand. We allow ourselves to think bigger picture, and also with Oak, what we have envisioned is to acquire multiple brands, and we are really basically setting this all out in our internal brands as well.
We are really on top of all the small details and stuff. We want to expand to new stuff.
Very involved in day-to-day still.
Yeah, very involved in day-to-day, but that is also part of our success, I believe.
What you guys are doing is fucking incredible, and I think there's like not many people that can do the same what you guys are doing.
Well, if they learn from us, right?
I mean, yeah, a huge part of it is that you are so involved.
That was a good call to action.
You spot. That's also why our philosophy right now is just hire really, really good people,
Yeah.
because we are not able to put so much focus in the day-to-day, because we are already at the one point that we have multiple brands. We cannot put ourselves day-to-day fully focused in one.
We are also working with some sweat equity inside the company, so people are also incentivized to, you know, see those critical small details inside the company.
If you really want to have people who die for your business, if they have equity inside it, they will definitely put much more effort into it, into letting something succeed,
Yeah,
and
of course.
getting into the small details. Then if the person knows at the end of the month I get a certain paycheck.
You have people that bought like 60 times with you guys. right?
Bro, that was crazy. I think it's by like 28% total. So you can work with subscriptions, but we just have proper LTV structures and retention structures in place. So
100%.
you can choose. Enough value for you, and see you in the next one. Ciao.